We're on, and we're on.
And we're
I'm
live.
Rachel. Yeah, I'm watching that, and finally, woo! Here we are. Here we are. Hi, Rachel. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Thursday, May 7th. May 7th. May.
7th.
Yeah. Wow, it's amazing, and it's amazing.
But
Yeah, I know. I'm just
it was
so
good.
fun.
It was a good one.
It was a
It
good
was
one. Yeah. So, Rachel, I have to tell you, I just got back from an unplugged weekend.
good. Ooh, tell us
Yes.
more.
An unplugged weekend. I mean, so I went with my husband to Calabasas, California, to this place of retreat.
Mhm.
And it was not quite complete silence, but it was spending a lot of time with, with yourself spiritually, in nature, with God. And there were times, and no cell phones allowed. There was no Wi-Fi,
That's
Rachel.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so it was real. It's been a while since if your electricity goes out for a
Mhm.
day because of a bad storm or something like that,
Yeah,
there's this eerie like non-buzz, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and so it was just so calming.
Mm,
Man,
yeah.
it was just
You
really good.
know, it's interesting that you mentioned the buzz because there's these theories that we are part of our stress in life is because we're all aware of the sound that electronics makes at this
Mhm,
low level, and
mhm,
we feel it. We are
mhm,
sensing this like
mhm.
hum or this
Right.
buzz that's kind
Yeah.
of below the hearing level. Like you may not really be aware of it. It's not bothering you, but it's
Mhm,
impacting our nervous system.
mhm.
So that's really interesting. You called it a buzz, and that you noticed the lack of
Yeah.
buzz. You noticed that in your body, in your head, in your heart.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
It was real.
amazing.
Yeah, it was a very good experience, and it's something that I will want to do again, and maybe I can figure out how to do that without going to California.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, it was just really great.
So, question
So,
for you: did you
mhm,
notice any resistance to the relaxation? And if you
mm,
did, how long did it take before you were like
mhm,
not, thinking of other things?
mhm. Yeah, well, I think I felt like my little good girl coming out saying, okay, I want to be a rule follower. So
Oh,
no phone, because um, like I walked in, we came in and we didn't get to our room quite yet. So I was walking into the first session with my phone with me and feeling kind of guilty, actually.
mm,
So I made sure it was completely off. But I think my only resistance was worry about somebody needing my attention,
yeah,
a child or a patient, or you
sure.
know uh, and then me not. So I just had to really trust that
Yeah,
it was going to be okay,
yeah.
and it
And it
was.
was. That's
Yeah,
awesome. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, fun.
So yeah.
What a great idea. I'm trying to think about ways like you've got my creative juices going. How could I create something like that for myself if I wasn't
Hmm.
able to get away and go to Calabasas, or if I couldn't
Hmm.
afford a retreat like that?
Hmm.
How could I create something like that in my own home or with some
Right.
friends?
Yeah.
Or I know you and I have talked about creating some, weekend retreats and
Mhm.
weekend
Yeah.
programs for patients
Mhm.
and clients.
Yeah.
So,
Rachel, I didn't even take any pictures.
oh wow, you were
I
just
know.
really present.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
wonderful.
I didn't even know what time it was. They suggested bringing an analog watch, but
Mhm.
I have one, but the battery was out, and I didn't allow time to fix that or whatever. So I didn't even have a watch.
I
So
love
I had to
that.
go
I
by the
love
sun. I had to
Yeah,
go by the sun, Rachel.
I love when you don't know what time it is, when you're just completely yeah, yeah, that's amazing. That's the best.
Yeah. So anyway, I did get a lot of walking in, though. It was just a beautiful place, and in a beautiful wooded setting. Actually, I think this area was where they filmed that TV series MASH. I might be dating
Oh,
myself. Yeah. And
uh-huh.
then other other big movies like Planet of the Apes and things like that. So yeah, so this was that area. So it was kind of beautiful trails and things. Of course, there were rattlesnakes, Rachel. Rattlesnakes. You had to be careful.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, so I did a lot of, Rachel, I did a lot of strolling and not a lot of scrolling.
And there it is. Ready?
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
You are the master of segue, and I've just put it up there on the tee, and I'm going to knock it out of the park. This is on my T-shirt. You can see it.
Tell us about that. Where'd you get that?
A little less scrolling and a little more strolling. A client of mine, patient of yours, we were talking in our group, weekly group coaching cohort. And I don't remember exactly the topic and how we got to this, but we were talking about, the excuses we make in exercise, kind of what we had been talking about in the podcast, and how many folks will spend 1 to 4 hours a day mindlessly scrolling either the news or their games or just social media or whatever. And that's time. And then they say they don't have time for movement. I don't have time to walk. I can't fit it in my day. And so she just off the cuff said, well, we need to be doing a little less scrolling and a lot more strolling. And I was like, that needs to be on a T-shirt. And you know the adage, ask and ye shall receive. So she made this on
wonderful
channel or something.
Oh, that's great.
And so it's cute. It's got a sweet little rhyme to it, and it's a good reminder.
Perfect. This is so good. Yeah. So we have been talking about what gets in our way, those barriers that come up again and again and again. And time is a big one. Pain. We've talked about pain, And just the resistance that we have to doing what we know to do. I mean, so I don't think it's big news. It's not that to anybody that moving our bodies is essential. Actually, I heard it yesterday. It's essential. It's like breathing, Rachel. It's like breathing and sleeping. Moving the body is so important for human health. I mean, it's right up there with it.
It really is. And we know that more and more and more. I mean, research just keeps flooding out about the imperativeness of movement to health. It's not just a nice thing to do. It's not just like, hey, if you want to be strong, or hey, if you don't want osteoporosis, or hey, if you want to lose some weight or manage your weight. Yeah, those are all great. But now it's like, it's just that, it seems to be that direct link. Move your body, you will be healthier. And then just, the list goes on of all the different kinds of chronic diseases avoid or prevent or reverse.
Right. Yes.
When people reverse, they turn back time with movement.
Yeah.
And the easiest way
and we've been talking about that. So, and the stories that we tell ourselves. And then I've been wondering and thinking about, what is it when people get when it clicks for somebody, what is it when patients finally, close that gap between knowing and then actually walking it out.
Yeah.
So
what do you notice in your practice? Like if you're thinking about some patients, when you see them finally close the gap, they've known, and then all of a sudden they start to do, and they've closed that gap. Have you noticed anything?
Yeah. I think it really starts here with thinking differently. It's really shifting the thinking. It's staying in that curiosity mindset. It's shrinking the change, because a lot of it feels overwhelming at first. I just don't have time. Well, and rather than saying that differently, and then practicing saying that differently, and saying, well, I do have 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Actually, I do have 5 minutes. Yeah.
Or where could I find 5 minutes? If you really feel like you can't find it, do a journal of your whole day and write down what you do from minute to minute, and you'll find 5 minutes at the least.
Yeah.
And you'll find areas where, oh, I do waste a lot of time doing this or that. I could swap it, right? I could
Mm-hmm.
trade some time to try to fit
Mm-hmm.
this in.
Right.
But the language, like you're saying, it's easy and it's an off the cuff statement. I don't have time. I don't have time. I'm too stressed. I can't figure that out right now. And it's true. That's how we feel. But it's such an easy, quick. What it does is it shuts the brain off to the open-mindedness, curiosity of what if I could find the time? What if I really did want to start moving my body more? And let's just talk about walking. What if I wanted to walk more? And I really do want to, but I keep saying I don't have time. The brain opens its door a little bit and then it goes, nope, she's shut down to it. Nope. So just reframing the mindset as you're describing, just kind of saying it differently in your mind, even if that's all you did was start with that observation of your mindset. We call them thinking goals or observation goals. So the goal is not to start walking yet. The goal is not to change anything yet. The goal is just to observe and watch yourself, listen to yourself, what you're saying, and see if you can just reframe it. Actually, maybe I do have time. I'm just not sure. It's right there. Say that every day for a week.
Maybe I have time. Yeah.
Maybe I do have time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, that's so good. Or like you said, I wonder how I could have time. So it really does stay in the open, observational and objective place where rather than done deal, off the table. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. And we can insert any of the excuses or the things we hear ourselves say. I don't like walking outside. I don't like walking in the cold. I don't like walking in the hot. I don't like rain. I don't like morning. All the things you hear yourself say, those are definitive, closed-minded statements that put you in a box. Kind of like you mentioned earlier, like if, getting ourselves out of being put in this box and just the curiosity of what would it look like if I could find a time of day or a weather or a modality of movement that I did like or I could enjoy, and starting there with just the curiosity of and reframing the mind of what you're hearing yourself say. Are there any other things that then move the person to? So now we've gone from they know they quote unquote should move or walk, and they start to reframe, maybe I could find some time. What do you notice is kind of the thing that gets them to do the next thing then, to take that first step?
Yeah. So again, it's shrinking that, the amount of time or the effort that it takes to do whatever, maybe they have in the mind that they have to work out at a gym and that's where they're going to get the most benefit. And helping them, kind of again shift their thinking, reframe to, using what they have at home.
Shrinking. We call it, in the habits world, it's, they talk about scaling back. Scaling down your habit. Maybe you have a goal you'd like to hit, or there's a number you feel like is important for health. Maybe you see it in Instagram, how much you should be exercising every day or every week.
Right.
But you can't start there. And when it feels so overwhelming to think, how am I ever going to work up to that much? And it might really feel like there's no way you could get to that level. What if that wasn't your goal? What if your goal was just was a scaling down and make it small and a tiny step, with the curiosity of, I wonder what kind of health benefits I could see from just starting, or I wonder what kind of health benefits I could see from just 5 minutes, rather than there might be this goal out there that the CDC tells you should do. Okay, great, but what about you? What could you do? What should you do for you?
Right. Yeah. And that really takes an awareness of the now and the not yet, an awareness of where you are now, and then paying attention to how much maybe the 5 minutes a day, maybe you've improved your flexibility or mobility, or maybe and you're paying attention, and gosh, maybe you're sleeping a little bit better. Maybe. So it's being aware of how you feel in your body now, and then being willing to pay attention to how that small amount of movement is going to change the needle for you.
Yeah. Being aware and taking notice of how it is changing you. I can't say that I've worked with a single client who's ever said, I started moving my body more and I feel worse. It was the worst decision I've ever made. Never
The
once.
other thing along with that, Rachel, is to lower the expectation of magic.
Right. Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Some people think that they hear people talk about endorphins when they exercise, or
Right.
the runner's high. Y'all, it takes a lot of running and exercising to get to that endorphin level. Nope.
Right.
Don't look for that.
Yeah, or thinking that I'm going to lose 5 inches off my waist because of this movement. No, those aren't the changes that that's magic and magical thinking. So kind of scaling back on our magical thinking, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Or if we've started moving and we haven't gotten to all the results we want within the first 3 days or a week, and that's it sounds funny to say it out loud. But it really is where the expectations are in most of our brains. That's what we think. We started something. We should get that gold star. Like things should be happening. They are, but not in that magical way.
Right.
Look for the smaller wins first. Look for the low hanging fruit expectations. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and then also to embrace maybe a little bit of soreness as effort. A little bit of pain. I'm not talking about maybe major pain in your joint or anything, but I'm talking about a little bit of muscle pain as like your body saying, oh, thank you for moving me. Yeah. The reason I'm saying that is because I'm feeling that right now.
Yeah. You're feeling sore.
Yeah. I'm been motivated to do just a little bit more body work as far as strength training. And so so I'm feeling a little muscle soreness today. That's why I'm sitting down.
Yeah. And we know, most people would say that they know the difference between like injury pain and this muscle soreness, or, ooh, that was hard. I'm a little winded, or I'm especially tired today. Yeah. It will. The other thing that people hear is when I exercise, I have more energy. And when people are first starting out, they often report having not more energy. They're tired. It wiped them out. Yeah, that's normal. The burst of, the energy that we get from movement may not come for you right away. And the body does have to adapt and learn to start to adjust to some movement.
Right.
Yeah.
The other thing is that accept that small, don't the expectation of letting go of the expectation that I have to do this every day or I'm not doing it. So that all or none thinking kind of.
Yeah. When clients show up consistently and not perfectly, and they give themselves permission to not be perfect, they stick with it more. The goals are more are more doable. There's grace for having that off day or missing the mark that you had set for yourself. But when they consistently keep going, well, this week I did it once, last week I did it twice, the week before I didn't do it at all, but there's it's like this kind of bumpy road, but overall you're seeing continuing showing up for themselves. And eventually frequency increases, duration increases, intensity increases, the habit starts to form, people start to figure out in their day, and it can take months before a person can really figure out when and where their exercise fits in the day. And then the season changes and you have to adapt again. You're changing it up a little bit. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I recently moved from inside to outside, and I know I've said this before, but it is in the morning as the sun's coming up. It's just so good. And and you're adapting. Maybe you did have an injury and you're adapting to that. I know I think you injured your something, and so you had to cut back on running for a little bit. How's
Yeah.
that going for you? How are you doing with
Yeah,
it?
we're starting to increase running. What's interesting is during the process of healing and recovery, I took the pressure off. It was hard. I'm not going to lie. There was a lot of days where I felt like I used to be that runner girl, and now I can't be the runner. And it was a loss of an identity and kind of a loss of something I love to do. Like I love to do it. And so there was a mourning process, but then kind of a renewal of a new identity of this person who doesn't have to push so hard, and the risk of injury is now no longer, because I was always a little worried about it. Don't get hurt, don't overdo it. And I discovered and developed a new appreciation for my body and the way my body can move now. And I kind of redesigned a new goal for what I want my body to be able to do now and into my aging years. And that's different, than being a runner person. That for me, running, as much as I was not going to follow me all the way through to my 90s. That didn't look like it was going to be. But what I'm doing instead is these little walk jogs. I'm in my neighborhood. I'm going to walk from this stop sign to that stop sign. And then I'm going to jog from the next stop sign, And so it's these little, so I get the feeling of my heart rate increasing a little bit. Feels good in my body to kind of like, oh, I can still do it. It's a slow pace. It's a gentle, easy pace. And then I walk. So kind of like a HIIT workout, kind of like these bursts, and it feels good. And I can do it with zero pain. Zero ramifications. So that tells me I'm on the right track. So that's where I'm at. Yeah. It. Yeah.
So great. Yeah. Good. Yeah. I think that recommitment every day that you're going to do the best you can to take the best care of yourself. And that involves, moving and nutrition and, prioritizing sleep and getting the water in, so it can feel like a lot. But it's our basic human needs.
It really is. And if you're just starting out, pick one. Pick the one area that would give you the most bang for your buck, or the one area that you're interested in. You really you feeling the need to move in that direction. We call that a keystone habit. Maybe it's the one that for me, exercise is my keystone. If I'm moving my body, all of my other habits are just easier to do, and I want to do them, and I want to eat healthy. If I'm exercising, I want to exercise better. I want to eat better. I want to sleep better so that I can exercise more.
Right.
So find that keystone habit for you that if you do this thing, you'll start to feel better about yourself. You'll feel proud, accomplished, start to feel a little healthier. And then now suddenly all the other health habits look a little bit more attractive. Yeah. But start with one. Start with one area. Yeah.
Right. And I so agree that they kind of snowball into each other. I've committed now to the increase in my the weight training, not every day, but every other day. But today I'm feeling, wow. And this recovery day, I'm like, I need to get some really good protein in there. And guess what I re-upped? I re-upped my nutritional yeast, Rachel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How did you add it?
I did it. I cubed some eggplant and I tossed it with eggplant and roasted the eggplant.
Yum. Oh,
really
so
good. Really good.
So good.
So I have to say that they fed us well at this retreat, and it was actually really good food. But man, I came back and I missed my, I don't know what it is about kale and cabbage and carrots and arugula and I just love it. So that's what's waiting for me on the other side of the door.
Ooh, yum for lunch.
For lunch.
Okay, you got to get to it.
With my eggplant and my nutritional yeast, and then I'll figure out probably some yogurt. I gotta get some protein in there too.
And your probiotics and
my probiotic. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So what's for dinner for you tonight, Rachel?
Yeah, we're headed over to Central Oregon to camp. So I've been doing a lot of food prepping. So we've got a couple different soups that are just easy to freeze and then easy to thaw. They're just so easy to make. You're not doing a lot of cooking while you're out there. So tonight is going to be, it's called the Dilly Bean Frizzled Onion Soup. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. I took one bite of it as it was cooking. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so good. And I have a friend who just made us a fresh loaf of sourdough, double fermented sourdough bread.
Double fermented. Tell me, I don't know about that.
Double ferment. So you have just that higher level of fermentation.
Oh,
higher
just kind of
level,
a longer ferment, or
a longer ferment. Yeah, she tries to go, I think, 36 or 40 something
that's
hours.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then a little dollop of some high protein yogurt instead of sour cream. I use yogurt because it's that high protein. And then it makes it creamy. So yeah, that's probably dinner for the next couple nights.
Oh, sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have you might be able to unplug then this weekend.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will do some unplugging. Yeah.
Okay.
And happy Mother's Day to you and to all the moms out there.
Happy Mother's Day. Oh, that's right. Yes. My daughter's coming for this weekend. So
so good.
Yeah. So good. All right. Well, this is good. This is good. I'm motivated to keep going.
To keep going, keep pushing into that soreness.
One in front of the other. I'm motivated to keep strolling and less scrolling.
That's right. That's right. And join us next week because we're going to keep going with this topic. We're going to talk about the gap between knowing and doing. We're going to talk a little bit about identity and a little bit more about embodied knowing. So what does it mean to embody the knowing that you have?
Okay, I want to learn about that.
Yeah, we can know it up here in our brains, but do we know it in our body? And what does it look like to embody that? And how will that help you approach movement better? So
sounds great.
We'll keep going with this theme.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good, Rachel.
Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye-bye.